How's it going, everyone? So this video I want to talk about what do you do after you get the body of your dreams. So you guys have been searching. You have a vision in your head of what you think your perfect body is. You achieve that goal. Finally, the years and years of training. Now what? What do you do? Here's what I want to talk to you guys about today. So I know a lot of you guys, you may be still a beginner, but you need to know this so when that time comes, you guys know what to do. So this is what I would do in my opinion. So let's say you've been training for already 3 years or so, you've built a hell of a body. It's absolutely insane, you guys. Now you're thinking to your head, you're like, what do I do now? You're basically genetically peaked out. You may have a few more pounds left, but gaining more muscle really doesn't happen that fast, or it might not even happen at all depending on your genetics. So what do you guys do? Here is what I would do. I've been training for over 7 years, so it'd be 7 years in like 2 or 3 months. So majority of my muscle gains are done, you guys, and you guys can see I'm extremely happy with my physique. 100% natural. I got 6-pack abs. I got the arms. My arms have hit over 18 inches. I was a higher body fat percentage, but I still hit 18-inch arms at a lean 12-13% body fat. So I deadlifted over 600 pounds, squatted over 450, bench 300. So all of the goals that I wanted to achieve, I have achieved. The body, I have achieved. Now, if I want to get a bigger body, I would have to use some steroids. Never will do that just because I think there's no point in doing that. That's my personal opinion. So what I am going to do now, and what I've been doing for a little bit now, maybe a month or so, is I'm basically not maintaining, but I'm just not training as often, you guys. So I will be training around 2 to 3 times a week. Some people are going to be thinking, well, that's a complete waste of time. What are you doing? Why aren't you in the gym training 6 times a week? When you train 6 times a week, that's nice if you're a complete beginner. If you're never started trained or you're 3 months of training, if you're training 6 times a week, your gains are going to be a little bit faster than if you train 3 to 4 times a week. After you've been training for about 2 years, 3 years, how much you train per week really doesn't mean anything. As long as you're maintaining, you can still actually build. So if you're training twice a week, you can still build muscle. You don't have to maintain. Maintaining just means you're eating at the same calories. You can still bulk and train twice a week. It's just your gains aren't going to be that fast. But the thing is, when you've been training for a long time, or if you've reached your genetic potential or close to it, training 6 times a week doesn't do anything. Training 2 or 6 doesn't make a difference because you can't put it on any muscle because you are natural. Some people will say, well, don't be natural. That's stupid, you guys. For all the people that do steroids that I've talked to, after they do it, it's cool for the first year or two. After they've done it for a long time, you guys, they think, this was a complete waste. What does it do? If you're 175 pounds versus 190 pounds, what is the difference? If you weigh 195 versus 210 pounds, what does it do for you? It does absolutely nothing, you guys. And that's something that I do not like as well. I absolutely hate that there's performance enhancing drugs. Some people are going to say, well, why do you even care? It's like, worry about yourself. It's your own body. The reason why people's visions and minds are skewed and completely confused on bodybuilding is because they look at pictures of people who are absolutely fucking insanely jacked, using steroids, using the juice, and they think that's what a normal male is supposed to look like. So for us natural guys, when we build a body 4, 5, 6, 7 years, busting our ass, tracking our calories, it doesn't look as good. So people think, wow, that guy's physique sucks. No, that guy's physique is top 99.9%. He's busted his ass. The only thing difference is you get the person who hops on gear. In a year, their body's going to be way better than yours. The only difference though is after 10 years of using it, guess what? I'm still going to have my hair, my nipples are still not going to be puffy, my back acne is still going to be insane, and my heart, all my organs are not going to be enlarged. I'm not going to have erectile dysfunction. I'm not going to have insanely angry mood where I beat the shit out of my girlfriend, you beat the shit out of your wife, you do fucked up shit, your sex drive is insane. The amount of stuff is just phenomenal. So I'll stop talking about that. What I want to get across to you guys in this video is that for the people who are training 5-6 times a week, they're busting their ass. I want you to know that if you do that for long enough, eventually there is kind of an end goal in sight. Once you have developed a body that you like or is pretty well the top of your genetic potential, which will usually come in around 3 to 5 years, probably around 4 to 5 years. Once you have done that, you can simply train 2-3 times a week for the rest of your training career. Still build muscle, but at the same time, not waste your time in the gym. A lot of people, what they do is they research the shit out of fitness and bodybuilding, and that's awesome, but what I want to get across is spend your time doing other things as well, because eventually your gains are going to be done. You're not going to get any more gains, so it's good to use this, use the muscle building tool, building muscle, improve your confidence, get a good work ethic so that'll carry over to other things in your life, build upon that, but at the same time, once you have built the body, do other things. What I mean by this, make money, you guys. Put a lot of hard work into your career, your job, getting promotions, maybe doing a different job, maybe doing a side business. Really earn some money, you guys. Do stuff like that. Spend more time, relationships, stuff like that. Don't spend as much time in the gym when your career is later on. I know a lot of people, they'll be set in their stone and they'll 6 times a week, 7 times a week for the rest of their life, and don't get in the habit of doing that. You can if you want, if you really love it that much, but in my opinion, once you have reached that goal, 2 to 3 times a week is phenomenal. You can still make phenomenal gains, and your genetic potential will be reached, so there's really no point in training that much time. The amount of time you're putting in the gym, you've already earned that by training for that long, that hard. So that's just my opinion. I thought I would touch about the reason why I talked about it was a subscriber asked me, do I have to train 6 to 7 times a week for the rest of my lifting career? No, you don't. Once you've built the base, you've trained for that long, after a while you can start training 2 times a week, 3 times a week, and your body's going to still grow a little bit. But again, you don't have to be in the gym 6-7 times a week. End the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.